Do you believe in the fountain of youth, or is that only found in fairy tales? Could it actually exist? I believe it does. And spoiler alert, it's not in a cream and it's not in a pill. It's already alive in every single one of the cells in your body. We're talking about the mitochondria. These are tiny organelles that may hold the keys to energy, longevity, and how quickly you age, but most people overlook them. But if you understand how they work, you'll see why I call them the fountain of youth. Hi, I'm Jamie, and I'm walking through this path of discovery right alongside you. Along the way, I've found some truths about health you won't hear anywhere else, and now I'm sharing them with you. In 2023, I got really sick and went to several doctors, all of which told me conflicting information, which led me to having to research for myself. And I've made these discoveries, and so now I'm sharing them with you. Most people learn in school that mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell. While that's cute and all, it's also wildly incomplete. Mitochondria aren't just the little batteries, they're more like the executives running your body's boardroom. They're calling the shots. They're calling the shots on how much energy you feel, how your hormones behave, how your brain functions, your mood, focus, clarity, how strong your immunity is, how much inflammation is simmering inside your body, and yes, how quickly you're aging. Think about this for a second. When your mitochondria are strong, life feels easier. You bounce out of bed in the morning, your workouts feel productive instead of punishing. You fight off colds before they even take a hold of you. Your thoughts are sharp and clear, but when you struggle, it's like trying to run your entire life on a half-dead cell phone battery. The fatigue creeps in. The brain fog clouds everything. You take longer to recover from the simplest things, and you start to feel older than your age. I know this feeling well. I've had days where I could barely think straight at 2 p.m., thinking about that next cup of coffee. Is it coffee time yet? Is it 3 p.m. yet? Even though I had a full night's sleep, I still felt like this. That's my mitochondria talking. Mitochondria are responsible for over 90% of your body's energy production, so when they falter, every system falters right along with it. So if you want to discover the fountain of youth, start looking at your mitochondria. Here's why scientists and biohackers obsess over mitochondria. They're central to aging. Every time they make energy, they produce little sparks of damage, tiny free radicals. If those aren't cleaned up, they accumulate like rust on metal. Slow at first, then faster and faster and faster. This rusting shows up in your body as fatigue, stiffness, slow recovery. But here's the part that most people don't know. Your body has a recycling system. It can clear out damaged mitochondria. It can make brand new ones. If you send it the right signals, your mitochondria can actually multiply and strengthen. But if you don't, you age faster than you should. That's why mitochondrial dysfunction is linked to nearly every chronic disease. Think about Alzheimer's, diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. So think of it this way. There's a lifespan and then there's a health span. Lifespan is how many years you live, and health span is how many years you actually feel good living them. And mitochondria are at the center of both. The good news is you can influence this process. You're not just a passenger on this train. When you nurture your mitochondria, you get more energy. You get a longer, better life, more energy, sharper memory, less wrinkles or slower to wrinkle, and resilience that carries you through the decades. That's why they really are the fountain of youth. Here's something wild that most people don't know. Your mitochondria don't just make energy, they actually contribute to making hormones. They help produce cortisol, your stress hormone. They help create testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone, your sex hormones. And when your mitochondria are weak, your hormones are out of balance. That's why people suddenly notice weight gain out of nowhere or mood swings they can't explain. Insomnia that creeps in, low libido that feels like it came out of the blue. Most chalk it up to getting older, but it's not just age, and we need to recognize that. It's your mitochondria struggling behind the scenes. So think of it like this. Your hormones are the apps on your phone, but your mitochondria, they're the charger. If the charger is weak, none of the apps run properly. When your mitochondria are strong, your hormones have the power they need. And that shows up in your daily life as stable moods, better sleep, and easier weight management. Mitochondria are also pulling the strings on your immune system. They're like little sensors constantly scanning for threats like bacteria and viruses and toxins. When they detect danger, they signal the body on how to respond. If your mitochondria are sharp, your immune system is sharp. You fight off infections quickly, you recover faster, but if they're bogged down, they get confused and they start sending false alarms. That's where chronic inflammation takes over. And inflammation is behind so many mystery symptoms that we blame it on aging. Brain fog, joint pain, lingering fatigue, allergies that seem to pop out of nowhere. Do you seem to catch every little bug your kids bring home? Do you feel like you can't keep up? Start focusing on your mitochondria and your resilience will change. It's magic. It's cellular power. When you bring your mitochondria back online, inflammation calms down and suddenly those nagging symptoms you thought were permanent start to fade. Here's the kicker. Modern life is brutal on your mitochondria. Chronic stress keeps you in the fight or flight mode. We all know that. Your body burns through energy like a car stuck in high gear. Processed foods, they don't feed your mitochondria, they poison them with additives and chemicals. Sedentary living, it tells your body that you don't need as many mitochondria. So your cells literally stop making them, stop fixing them, and get rid of them. And screens, the blue light at night scrambles your body's clock. Without that rhythm, your mitochondria don't know when to rest and repair because it is at night in sleep mode that you are repairing the mitochondria of your cells and getting rid of everything that can't be repaired. And you add in pollution, lack of sleep, and constant chemical exposure, it's no wonder people feel like they're aging twice as fast. We've created an environment that beats down our cellular engines. But here's the good news. Mitochondria are adaptable. You don't just have a set of mitochondria for life and that's it. You create more. Your mitochondria are listening, and when you send the right signals, they respond. That's what I'll cover next time, exactly how to optimize them. But for now, know this, if you protect your mitochondria, they will protect you. So let's circle back. Is there a fountain of youth? Yeah. It's not a myth. It's your mitochondria. They decide how much energy you have. They influence how quickly you age. They shape your hormones. They direct your immunity. They control your resilience. When you support them, they reward you with vitality, energy that lasts, focus that's sharp, skin that glows, and strength that carries you through the later years of your life. This isn't wishful thinking, it's biology. God knew what he was doing. He built this into your cells when he made you, when he created you. Your fountain of youth isn't out there somewhere. It's already inside of you. So take care of your mitochondria and they'll take care of you. If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button because this is just the beginning of what I'll be sharing on this channel about unlocking your energy, your resilience, and your vitality. That's next time. We'll dive into the how to optimize your mitochondria and keep your fountain of youth flowing. So until that next time, thanks for joining me. If you have any comments, list them below. I'd love to talk to you. And join me next time for the next installment of how to optimize your mitochondria. Bye, everybody.